I'm so excited, ladies, to be bringing you this amazing interview today. This is the amazing Gloria Feldt, who has an amazing career in terms of women's reproductive rights, and who really now has written a book that has absolutely put a wonderful framework on the feminist conversation of our generation. And I wanted to share this with you for several reasons, but without further ado, I just want to at least share what the book is. It's the No Excuses book, 9 Ways Women Can Change Their Relationship with Power. And I want to say hello and welcome.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to be sharing you with the Flow community.
Thank you. Now I feel like I have to be amazing, which is like,
you are.
What can I say that's amazing? I want to amaze you.
I know.
You set a very high bar.
I tend to do that. Well, you know, I will admit you are one of a very few select women that we've had to share with the Flow community, and as we've just launched, so it's really exciting to have you here.
I'm honored.
I'm honored that you joined us. So these women who haven't read your book, and I want you all to get this book and read it. I know so many of you have come to our programs and said, what can I do now that I'm healthy and now that I have all this energy and power? This is what you can do. You can read this book and you can figure out how to really take charge of your life and get into a place where you can make change in your own sphere, your own community, and channel all that personal energy into something amazing. So, tell me, Gloria, what is your vision? If women were to read this book, what do you see happening in the world, and what are our milestones along the way that we're making progress?
My title for this book, which I used for the entire year and a half that I was writing the book, is Unlimited. Because I really feel that we are in an unlimited moment. That where women are right now, and by the way, it's up to us to be unlimited, but we are at that place. And my vision is that women will be, and in fact already are if we just know it and can see it, that we can be unlimited and lead unlimited lives. We can lead in an unlimited way. In other words, we have unlimited leadership potential. And also we can lead lives that are unlimited by any external forces that would prevent us from doing those things that we most want to do in the world, with the world, for the world, whatever it is that feeds us and feeds our souls. So I just want women to be unlimited. It's a small thing. It's just a small thing.
Mildly ambitious she is, ladies. She fits right in here.
Yeah.
You know, I devoured the book yesterday. I got it on Monday, and I read the whole thing in a day. And you spoke about this idea of really taking your energy and just being creative with it and living that unlimited life. What do you think is getting in the way for women? If all of you put a wonderful frame, a timeline even, on all of the things that we have accomplished as women that have allowed us to break through all the glass ceilings, and we can all get our own these days, right? We can all make our own money, we can take charge of our health, we can have the relationships that we want. So what's getting in the way of women living these unlimited lives?
Well, there's a difference between you can do it and you will do it. You have the will to do it, and you have the you realize that you have everything you need within you to be able to do it, in fact. And that's what we don't always know. You know, we don't always know that. Women are much more socialized now to feel that we can do things, but we sometimes interpret that as being we must do everything. You know, it's not just that we can do anything, it's that, oh my goodness, it is such a huge responsibility to feel like I must do everything.
Right, to have the career, to have the children, to have the perfect everything.
And to do it all, exactly.
At the same time.
At the same time.
We never tell you to do that in flow, right? No, it's one at a time.
That's what flow is about, is that you do have to pick and choose, and frankly that is a heavy responsibility. And I think sometimes we're really trying to escape responsibility when we decide, no, I don't think I really want to actually go forward. I think it's easier for me not to be feeling as though I am in charge of my life, or that I want a really equal partnership with my life partner. I'd rather he or she be the, the one who makes the decisions. And so it is a bigger responsibility, let's face it.
It's exactly why I wanted you to be here today and to share this message with my readers, because they're all interested in how do I take responsibility for my health? And then question is, well, wow, if I can see myself manifesting change on the level of my body, what might I do outside of my body? And I loved the framework that you gave for women to really be thinking about what next? What's the bigger game? What can I do with all of this amazing talent and resources that I have at my fingertips that my mother's generation didn't have, perhaps?
Well, I think the way you're addressing the importance of feeling the power of one's own body is an incredibly profound thing. It is something that women have not had the benefit of through, frankly, most of human history.
Most of human
Most of
history.
human history. I mean, let me just say this. Give you this story. I was taking a hike recently with a friend of mine, someone I've known for many years and admired. She's on 10 international boards. And she just happened to be close enough to me that she bought an airline ticket and popped over for a couple of days, and so I got to see her. And I look up to her as someone who has run highly important government and private agencies, she's held incredibly responsible positions.
She has it together.
She has it together. And she said to me, as we were walking around and hiking out in the desert, she said, how can any woman feel good about herself and her body when her mother told her she wasn't, and her mother's mother told her she wasn't? And basically what she was saying is society told us we weren't, and we internalized that, and then we feed the negativity to ourselves. And the first thing that is absolutely essential is to feel the power that's within our own body. That frankly, it's no surprise that the men decided they wanted to keep the women down because, hey, we're the ones who...
She said this.
After all, we're the ones who from whom new life flows. And that's pretty scary power, I think, for the opposite gender to recognize that women have. And so these are the kinds of things that we then have to claim and reclaim where necessary, and reclaim our physical strength, because we also have not always been taught to be physically strong. And in my own case, I never did anything physical. I was never encouraged to do sports. I realized that thanks to Title IX, most girls now have that opportunity, and I think that alone is making a huge difference, and teaching leadership skills, and teaching girls that they do have that power and agency in this world. I think I'd rather even use the term agency than power. That I have gifts, and I have talents, and I have the capability to use them.
Well, you're bringing up another point that I loved in the book, which is this shifting our consciousness around the word power. And you're referencing something that's near and dear to my heart and my reader's heart, which is, anyone who's done a program at Flow or who reads our newsletters really understands that by shifting the focus away from, my period has problems, or my fertility is challenged, or whatever it is, to, I have this elegantly complex endocrine system, and I can take care of it every day. All of a sudden, there's a value shift from really looking at what makes us powerful. And you do the same thing in redefining the word power, which you bring up. Most women are uncomfortable with this idea of being powerful. It's scary.
Right.
In fact, a favorite story of mine to share with first-time clients is they'll come in and I'll ask them, okay, I'm going to wave this magical wand, and I'm going to take away all your health conditions, right? You will leave in this in this moment.
Will you do that for me right now?
It's a hypothetical scenario. I actually never do that. But if I could do it, how would you feel? You are perfectly healthy. You have all your faculty, everything at your fingertips to do whatever you'd like with your life. How would you feel, and what would you do? And 100% of the time, women get really scared, and they have no idea what they would do. And so I love this conversation about shifting the word, the definition of power, really reclaiming it as something that's positive, that you do so beautifully in the book. And I can't wait for all of you to read about it so that you can shift your mental paradigm around the word power. It's really powerful.
What you've done in your work is you have used power tool number 2, which is define your own terms.
Oh, yes.
Because that's exactly what you've done. I mean, what you've described is you have defined on your own terms how we may, can, and should be able to have a relationship with our physical beings, with our bodies. And that is so profound. How we talk, how we speak of things, how we conceptualize things makes all the difference in how the next thought then comes out, and then how the action comes out. So when I say define your own terms and I apply that to the idea of power, I think about the fact that for millennia, power has been defined as being power over. I can make you do something. I have the power over you. That implies that power is a finite pie. That if I take a slice, there's less for you. Too bad.
None of us like that. It doesn't make us feel good as women. We are community-based creatures.
Right.
And there's something that doesn't resonate for us when we think about power in that way.
Exactly.
And I love the new definition that you give.
So when we shift it to being the expansive idea of power to, I have the power to. I have the power to create. I have the power to love. I have the power to perhaps innovate, perhaps bring some new wonderful creation to this world. I have the power to make life better for myself, my family, my kids, my community, my world. Man, I get chills when I think about that. And that's when women can embrace power. That's when women are no longer afraid of this idea.
Doesn't the Dalai Lama say that the Western women will save the world?
Yes,
Love that
yes,
quote.
he does.
Love that
he does. He does. And now I haven't figured out why he says Western women.
Probably because we just happen to have more resources at the moment.
Perhaps, yes.
But I think our sisters in other nations are coming along just nicely.
I say that because very often I see in international meetings, particularly UN meetings and sort of the official government-to-government kinds of meetings, what I have seen is that very often now it is the women in the developing countries who take huge initiatives and they don't take any stuff from anybody. You know, they're just like leapfrogging. They're leapfrogging over us, so we have to really work at keeping up.
Well, and I think it's about channeling all that energy that you have as a woman. And you guys know I talk all the time about getting off that hamster wheel of I'm going to get healthy and then I'm going to get sick again. I'm going to get and self-sabotaging and consuming information and not taking action. And I want to share a few of your favorite power tools, which I love. I love that. It's such a great. So many thoughts are coming into my head at once about why I love that expression. But yes, power tools. What can some of the women who are listening right now, if you were to give them two of your favorite, or three, you can say as many as you'd like, but top two or three, power tools that they can just right now start
to do.
Don't get overwhelmed, just do what she says.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that when I wrote No Excuses, the main thing I knew I did not want to do was to write another one of those books where they talk about, oh, women can't, women don't. This is what's bad, this is what's negative, this is, women don't like power, the end. What I wanted to do is to say, look, this is our situation, this is what our opportunity is, and here are a few very concrete ways that we can actually make use of those opportunities, because I'm, bottom line, a very practical activist.
Another reason why I love the book, ladies, I'm very tactical as well, and we've had enough of the feel-good kind of stuff, and I like that you gave it to us straight.
All right, well, so I guess if I would say the one power tool that I think is the most important, it really would be the one we've discussed, which is define your own terms first, before somebody else defines you, because you're going to be defined. Better for you to define yourself on the terms that you like and that give you that energy, that give you that sense of, oh yeah, this is me, this is my authentic self, and this is what I want to be and do in this world.
Which instantly takes anybody out of victim conversation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So no matter where you find yourself, single motherhood, starting out of college, in a relationship, getting a divorce, whatever you are, define the terms for yourself as to what's happening in your life.
Yes.
Kind of paint a language picture that's positive.
Now the second one that I will say is